Y'all let me know when we live. Let me look over here. I'm gonna go to Facebook. I'm not gonna even go on what's the name yet. But y'all, somebody look on Facebook for me. I mean, YouTube. I'm gonna look on Facebook. Make sure. Okay, it's showing. All right. I'm gonna do this. Let me go down here. I know they couldn't hear that. Let me take this out. Hold on. I ain't gonna do that same thing.
Was in. The books are in. Yep. They in. They're here.
All right. Let me take this off here. We'll get started. All right. Peace, and Black African power. Y'all give me just a second. For some reason, man, it's not even letting me share it on my damn page. Sutekh, you'll share them in the groups for me, man. Sutekh.
I got you.
All right. And I'm finna look for that code soon because I know I'm uploading now. And let me see if it'll let me reshare because it's for some reason. Peace, everybody. Give us just a second, man. Those that's watching, man, if you're watching on Facebook, please share it with somebody. If you're watching from YouTube, please thumb up the show and please share the show. Man, for some reason it's not letting me. Give me just 1 second, y'all. We're gonna get started. Hold on, let me just go out of it, man. I don't know why it's not letting me. Peace, bro. Kisu. Peace, brother Zane. Let's see. Share. Copy link. One more time. Hold on, y'all. Let me try it one more time. It's still not doing right. No. But anyway, peace and Black African power. Welcome back to Kofi Piesie TV. ETM Hotel, Dual, Aku, Dual Netcher, Fatmu Alafie, Fatmu Riri, Fatmu Iwa Pele, Majuba Iba Ii Gungun, Majuba Iba Ii Gungun, Majuba Iba Ii Lagba, Majuba Iba Ii Lagba, Gungun Kiki Gungun. I always have to give honor and praise to the ancestors because without the ancestors, we wouldn't be here. We are our ancestors. I also want to extend honor and praises to the true and living elders according to African traditions and the African worldview and the African world perspective. Like I said again, welcome back to the show. We got our brothers from the Kofi Piesie research team on the panel as well. We got brother Sutekh Miriaman, we got brother T'Challa Bangara, and we got our good brother Sutekh Akande Oluwa on the panel as well. Brothers, I'm gonna mute my mic and I'll let y'all get it in before I start the show. Y'all, again, please like and share the show. Peace of those is listening. Peace of those that may be checking this out in the archives. Again, please like and share the show. Please share, please.
Peace. It's your brother Sutekh and Ron Mariaman. I hope y'all like this show. I'm real excited about it. As I learn, we all learn. I got my copy. You better get yours.
Peace, family. Appreciate y'all for coming through, whether you on YouTube, whether you on Facebook. Appreciate y'all for rocking out with us. It's a celebration. And I ain't talking about no Biden. I'm talking about we hitting y'all in the head with some more work. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna continuously keep hitting y'all in the head, man. So you gotta catch up if you ain't caught up yet, man. Appreciate y'all. Like and share the show. And let's get into it.
Peace, everybody. This your boy T'Challa. Yeah, man. I told y'all that we busy around here. Projects are being rolled out, pumped out, and this is what we do when we are asked about the things that we criticize the world for not being able to, you know what I mean, have at the moment, or things that we want to see changed. And this is what we do. We know that the food system ain't never really got us ahead truly. So what do? We create our own curriculums. We create our own teachings for our babies so that we can teach them the way we want them to be taught. Again, we appreciate everybody who rock with us because we wouldn't be able to do it without y'all. So let's see what we got today.
Yes, sir. Brother Sutekh, you said something, Sutekh? Brother Sutekh.
You mean Sutekh?
I mean, no. You done said something? I didn't know you. I know Sutekh did. I ain't think you said anything. Okay. Well, let's get it started then, man. Again, like I say, those please like and share the show. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend about the show. And again, if anybody new that comes on the platform, please, before you leave off the platform, if you bounce in for a minute, a second, please subscribe. Please subscribe. And we appreciate those that's been subscribing to the channel. We greatly appreciate it. We appreciate those that's been sharing the information. And everything that we got on, we greatly appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. Real quick. Sutekh, was you able to share it to the other platform, to the other Facebook pages?
Yep, I got them all out.
All right. I'm gonna go here. Y'all let me know when my screen is showing, and I'm gonna do this too.
You good on this end?
Okay. Hold on, let me go to my other thing over here. I got about 4 darn different devices open. Hold on. Let's do this. Kofi Piesie TV. All right.
Kofi, that's why your stuff don't be working that good. You got tablet, 2 laptops.
It's doing pretty good though right now, man. I see it on there. Let me go ahead and blow it up for the people. You can see it. Let's see. Boom. All right. Okay. Today we're gonna be talking about my new publication. It was released. Man, we didn't release so much. I don't even know what the date was. Last Friday, whatever the date was, like October the 30th. October the 30th. Me and Shawn released a publication. He released this from cocaine to consciousness, and I released my As I Learn, We All Learn. So today, I'm going to talk about my new publication. So we'll be getting into As I Learn, We All Learn. Sharing with others help deepen your own knowledge, and we'll get into sharing with others help deepen your own knowledge. All right. Dang, I wonder if I can get this. See if I can go here. All right, get that off there. All right. always got to put the shields up there, respect the shields. Each publication that we put out is on Mossi Warrior Clan and Kofi Piesie research team imprint. So please respect the shields. We are working around here. And again, as I learn, we all learn. Sharing with others help deepen your own knowledge. It is available now. It is available now. All right. Before we get started and get into the book, teaching. Let's talk about teaching, because this book is it really goes over teaching, you know, research methodology, sharing accurate information, you know what I'm saying, sharing proper information, how to research, the process of researching, and showing how I've been doing this for the last 15 years, even before I come up with the phrase, as I learn, we all learn. So teaching, and again, this is me, might be 2000, maybe 2011. I'm not quite sure what the date is. It's either 2011 or 2010. That's the young Kofi Piesie right there. And my son, which is now 13 years old, he was 4 years old in this picture, you know. So I thought this was a powerful picture to have in here, dealing with son, passing information from one generation to the next, because that's what it's all about. So, you know, me passing information out to my son, you know, so I thought this was a powerful picture. This picture is also on the back of the book. But teaching is a process of giving someone systematic instructions on the appropriate knowledge, values, habits, attitudes, and behavior patterns that he or she needs to function as a useful and accepted member of the community. Teaching is a cultural universal, or one of those things all humans share in common. Through teaching, human beings are able to transfer posterior knowledge. That's a word I had to look it up to. Posterior knowledge, and expose the prior knowledge onto their offsprings, thus helping them to adapt better to their environment and enjoy life to the fullest. Teaching is a part of everyone's life experiences. From birth, death, we spend most of our times either receiving instructions from others or giving instructions to others. All right. So this is, if you go inside the book, and we'll do that in a minute, but if you go inside the book, this is what'll pop up if you want to see what's inside the book. You have Life by Vasa Nicolo Gutta. You have The More You Learn by Alu W. Sabu. But going back to Life, Life is an introduction written by Vasa Nicolo Gutta. So he wrote the introduction called Life. Everybody know who Vasa Nicolo Gutta is. He's a member of the Kofi Piesie research team. And we have The More You Learn by our, which we would call the prologue. The prologue was written by Alu W. Sambu. For those that may not know, which I'll show their pictures in a minute, and I'll elaborate on those individuals in just a second. The foreword is by Adrian Jones, aka Asar Mka. For those that might not know him by his real name, Adrian Jones, but they know him by Asar Mka. So Asar Mka wrote a small foreword for the book called Tep Bread, which is a step of a process in Kemet. I forgot what Tep Red actually means in Kemet, but his chapter is called Tep Red. Not his chapter, but his foreword. The dedicated foreword is by Christopher Marshall. That is by our newest member of the Kofi Piesie research team. He has written the dedicated foreword. He also written the foreword in my children book. I wanted to definitely make sure that our new member get caught up with, you know, the publication that we got out that he wasn't involved with. So I put him in both, had to make it mandatory to put him in both publications. And he has some fire in the new volume, volume 3, which is coming soon. He has 2 chapters in volume 3, which I think everybody's going to love. So all of my chapters is named after years. Chapter 2015, The Beginning. Chapter 2020, The Awakening. Chapter 2012, The Seshew. Chapter 2007, The Conception. Chapter 2018, The Invitation. Chapter 2019, Affiliates and Family Members. chapter 2020, Teens Work, chapter 2021, Modern Day Griots, and the dedicated poem is by Omar Champion Chain, which I'll talk about Alu W. Sambu in a minute for those that may not be familiar, and Omar Champion Chain, who wrote the dedicated poem in the back of the book. And I explain why all the chapters is named after different years. All right, Vasa Nicolo Gola, like I said, he wrote the introduction life. So a lot of people that already know who Vasa Nicolo Gola is. Vasa Nicolo was a member of the Kofi Piesie research, Kofi Piesie research team. He is a very valuable player, a viable value member, just like everybody else. Everybody has their role that they have to play, and we couldn't do anything if it wasn't for each and every one of us. Each and every one of us play a role. I don't think we could have is what we have out right now if it wasn't for the collective, a group effort. Alu W. Sambu. For those that might not know who Alu W. Sambu is, Alu W. Sambu is a principal. He's a principal at the Gay and Journal Skills Academy in West Africa. Again, Alu W. Sambu is a principal at the Gay and Journal Skills Academy in Gambia, which is in West Africa. It is they have 3 locations, 3 schools in Gambia, in the Gambia area of the Gay and Journal Skills Academy. So we have my good brother here, who is all the way in West Africa, who contributes something to, as I learned, we all learned. He wrote the prologue in the book. So shout out to brother Alu W. Sambu. And we also have some other things that we're in the works that is 90% done, which will be coming out also November the 27th. So if you don't know who Alu W. Sambu is, please go on. As a matter of fact, it's crazy. He actually just texted me from the WhatsApp app. But I'll hit him back later. Also, Asar Mka, Adrian Jones, he wrote the foreword for the book. The foreword again is called Tep Red. I can't think of the name of his YouTube channel. Sutekh, you remember Asar Mka YouTube channel? Love you too, Lakeisha Dunn.
No, I don't.
Huh? You can't remember? Okay.
No,
I can't remember brother Asar Mka YouTube channel. He hadn't went live on it in a while, and I can't remember.
It's Heckin Netcher.
Yeah, Heckin Netcher. So go to please subscribe to his channel, and check out some, because the brother, when you talk about Kemet, he's good. You know, he's very good with Kemet, and he's also in the book. I wrote about him in the book in chapter 2017. What is it? The Awakening. So he's in the chapter 2017, the Awakening. And I'll explain that when we get to families and affiliated, when we get to chapter 2020. And you will see why I wrote about him, and I even talk about him in chapter 2020, family and affiliates. So you will know who the family and affiliates are also. Christopher
Go
ahead.
I was gonna say, Asar actually been to Kemet too.
Yeah, he's been to Kemet also. Right. Yep, he's been. Yep. Christopher Marshall. Brother Christopher Marshall is a member of the newest member of Kofi Piesie research team, if brothers don't know. And we selected this brother because of his work effort. We just not picking everybody willy-nilly. But Christopher Marshall wrote the dedicated forward. And we were looking for more members to join the Kofi Piesie research team, but you had to be doing something. And this brother here was actually doing something. He has 2 YouTube channels. He has an organization. You know, his boots is strapped, and his boots is strapped on the ground. So he's actually putting in a lot of work. Omni Africa, we'll talk about that a little bit later, but that's one of the YouTube channels. The organization is called, I think, Omni African Organization. Omni African TV is the YouTube channel. Omni Africa is the organization that him and his lovely wife have. And then he has a channel called the Chronicles of Nygahtry. So, and this brother was already writing. So, like I said, he was already doing something. So we definitely had to make him a part. He would fit right in, and we need people to fit right into what we doing. We don't need to leave any. We don't need nobody that's gonna be left behind. We need people that's gonna be able to keep up with what we got going on over here. So shout out to Brother Christopher Marshall. He wrote the dedicated forward in the book. Omar Champion Chains, and then we'll get in the chapter. I just wanted to gloss and show you, and just highlight these brothers who actually contribute to the book. Omar Champion Chains. Omar Champion Chains is also peace, baby. I see my wife is in the chat as well. Nanya Mika Nelson, peace. Miss Kofi Piesie. But Omar Champion Chains was one of the leading organizers, one of the leading persons in the writing essay that was surrounding the Kofi Piesie research team first publication from Spears of the Mossi, a historical survey of the minds of African warrior scholars, volume 1. So he was very instrumental in helping the students get ready and get prepared for the writing essay, which took place, and we already been, given pictures after pictures and footage of what has been going on, and be on the lookout for volume 2 is going to be national in West Africa this time. So it'll be more abroad than just Gambia. But Omar Champion Chains is also a motivational speaker. This brother travels a lot of places throughout Africa, and he is a master poet. So, and he has his own YouTube channel as well. So he contributed a poem to my book in the realm of learning. It's a powerful, powerful poem at the back of the book, a dedicated poem by Omar Champion Chains. So I have two brothers from the continent, two brothers from Africa, who were a part of the As I Learn, We All Learn, sharing information with others, help deepen your own knowledge. So shout out to Omar Champion Chains as well. All right, this picture here, and then I'll start with the pictures and we'll get into the book. I had to throw this picture out here. Everybody know who this person is right here. This person here is Unc West. Unc West is a member or the founder of the Amun-Ra Squad. Unc West is also the founder of the Pseudo Killers. Unc West is also the co-founder of the mighty, mighty, mighty Mossi warrior clan. So this book, when you get the book, this book was actually dedicated to Unc West. And actually I'll get into that in an insert in this presentation so you can kind of understand why I dedicated this book to Unc West. I wish I would have put a little bit more information in the book dealing with Unc West, because I got introduced to Unc West in 2016, but I won't speak on it now. Maybe if I get interviewed about the book, I might speak on how I looked at Unc in the beginning, because my perception of Unc is totally different than my perception in 2016. But the book is definitely dedicated to Unc West. I have a piece in there in the book dedicating the book to Unc West, and I explain why I dedicated the book to Unc West, and I explain why I look up to Brother Unc West, and a lot of other people should look up to Brother Unc West just for this particular reason. And the love I have for this brother goes beyond some of the other ones that I had in the beginning, and some of the people that I had love for, I no longer have love for as much. But Unc, stood up, and Unc supported us 100%, man. And he has majority of all our books in his bookstore. He shares all of our information. He had our first book up on his page, huh?
Say shout out,
Yeah, shout out to Unc, man. Shout out to Unc, man. So let's get into the rest of the presentation. All right, another picture of Brother Unc. So let's get into the insert, and then we'll talk about the insert. This is one of the pages that's in the book. This is not all the pages. I got 2 pages while I'm explaining and talking about Brother Unc and why I dedicated the book. As I learn, we all learn, sharing information with others, help deepen your own knowledge. But let's get into a little insert here from the book. It says, as I learn, we all learn. As a book is inspired mostly by many works that have garnished Unc West, the Tao's teachings of leaders of even elders in the Black community. Unc West, the founder of the Amun-Ra Squad, the co-founder of the Mossi warrior clan, and the founder of the Pseudo Killers. His work and dedication to inform the people about science while emphasizing the importance of not only correcting information, but seeing yourself advancing in scientific literacy. I missed. I forgot to put that in there. He has inspired me so much. I watch how he teamed up with, instead of just coaching the young generation to avoid misinformation. He dedicates time and clever ways of actively being involved in his or our community. Let's go back to where I said he has inspired me so much. I watched him team up with, instead of just coaching the younger generation. So I have utmost respect with him, because a lot of the people in the so-called conscious community is not doing what Brother Unc is doing. Brother Unc is teaming up with the youth. He is teaming up with the youth. You know, he is not above, he does not put himself above the youth like some of our conscious community teachers are. They don't even want to deal, they want the youth to support them. That's it, but they don't want to deal with this. They don't want to deal with the youth. They don't want to encourage the youth. They don't want to, you know, be hands-on with the youth. They don't want to teach the youth. They don't want the youth to get ahead of them. So, you know, a lot of times they don't say anything about the youth. They don't, you know, talk about the youth accomplishments or direct the youth in the right direction, or be hands-on with the youth. You see, because they scared that the youth may get ahead of them, you know, which is not, it's not the way to go. But Brother Unc, he teams up with the youth. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely admire that, because if you look at the Mossi warrior clan, is a bunch of young scholars that he teamed up with. The Pseudo Killers, it's a bunch of young scholars that he teamed up with. And then he make it not about him. Even the Amun-Ra Squad is a member of researchers from various different research backgrounds. But he don't make it about him. It's about the team. So he loves teaming up, because he understands, he has an African mind. So he understands that team wins. And that is the perspective and the outlook and the worldview of the African, you know. So, like I said, he dedicates time and clever ways to actively be involved in his or our community. Threats like viruses, racism, poverty, ignorance, lies, poverty, especially the mental poverty, which allows the belief in so many of the completely false accounts of African American history, false scientific practice, science, racism, for example, even the threats in blindly believe in foreign Western ideologies and Abrahamic faiths based on worldviews to the nature of African genius. He have all been proven to be relentless and vicious threats to our collective livelihood as the Black community. This is not the whole thing, but I just wanted to give a small insert on why I dedicated the book to Brother Unc West. Please go and support Brother Unc West with the Amun-Ra Squad, the Mossi warrior clan, Pseudo Killers, and his book store in Georgia. Shout out to Brother Unc. Oh, shoot, I got a little bit more. I thought I didn't, but threats like viruses, racism, poverty, ignorance, lies, poverty, especially the mental poverty, which allows to believe in so many of the completely false accounts of African American history. Falsely, let me see if I might have. Okay, Unc West has not once stopped standing as a strong, proud, and brave warrior scholar, effectively known for coming to do what he has to do as an intelligent. I gotta say that, coming to do what I gotta do. As an intelligent African warrior scholar, setting an example for your younger generations and younger Black males to follow, making sure we all involving in various forms of science, forms of biology to political, while bringing awareness to the proper methodology and scientific literacy required in the warns, and to warn off the scientific literacy required to warn off these threats, emphasizing our awareness to thoroughly involving using the scientific method as a compass to help us navigate in a study of law, history, theology, and other philosophical sciences, teaching and even demonstrating the importance of social economics, science, and can further increase the survival of Black community, providing almost a cultural vaccine to combat the constant evolving threats that are equally hard at work, trying to destroy our chance of survival. He passionately calls pseudoism. I personally like how, and again, you're going to see me in these chapters use the lowercase I. I talked about it a little bit earlier when we first announced the book was out and we went live, and not Sutekh, but Sutekh and Ra asked why. But my eyes are perfectly lowercase, so there's no grammatical error when it comes to the I. In my chapters, my eyes are lowercase. So when you go to the back of the book and you get through reading the book, you will understand why I use lowercase I and not a capital I. Again, when you read my book, there is no grammatical error with the letter I because I use the lowercase I for a reason. And you will find out in the back of the book why I did that purposely. I purposely like how you give the youth opportunities and do not want to hog the spotlight all to himself. By doing so, teaching me along with my peers the difference between a tyrant and a great chief and a leader. He truly understands the concepts of team wins, which is an African way, and reminds me of the old African proverb. If you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. So again, shout out to Brother Unc West. This is pages in the book where I talk about why I dedicated the book to Brother Unc West. Now, this is an insert from chapter 1. And again, these are just going to be small inserts from chapter 1. And I'll gloss over it a little bit, but I'm not going to give you all the information. Read a whole chapter for, in each chapter. I'm not going to do that. Small little inserts just to get y'all familiar with what the book is talking about, the direction I'm going in the book. As I learned, we all learn. The title of this book, but also phrase and almost a life motto. Okay, hold on. The insert from chapter 2015, the beginning. So this chapter is called 2015, the beginning. So it's basically talking about the beginning of not Kofi Piesie, but the beginning of me actually starting to read and understand reading and start to love reading. So as I learn, we all learn. The title of this book, but also a phrase and almost a life motto I made up a few years ago. But looking at this phrase, I've come to realize I actually have been demonstrating this phrase since 2015. So I would like this book to serve not so much as an autobiography, but more so as a survey into the learning process as a young adult going backwards in time to the year 2005, giving account of things I've learned and accomplished along the way while walking the reader up to my most immediate futuristic plans in the soon to come 2021. So in 2005, I joined a Masonic Lodge. A lot of people know me. I am a Mason. I've been a traveling man for 15 years. I've been an active Mason for 13 years straight. I said an active Mason for 13 years straight. I joined a Masonic Lodge called the Hattiesburg Lodge number 165. I was initiated, passed, raised on the same night. I was given a book titled Lester Look to the East by Ralph P. Lester. This book was assigned to me along with a task of learning and mastering the first degree. This meant that I had to read and study, which was something I had not done since my college days in 1997. I hope I'm not giving my age away. The closest thing I came close to even reading at this stage of my life was typically the hip hop magazine or the album credits. You all know XXL or The Source most definitely if the cover was dope or it was an artist I happen to support. So, and I'm stopping right there. This is just a small insert into book. This is chapter 1, but chapter 1 again is named after years. So this is the beginning, chapter 2015, the beginning. So again, I just talk about in the book, and I'm finna move on, me becoming a master Mason in 2015. And I talk about how I excelled in masonry. So I walk you through how I excel. So you can see how I excelled in masonry. Actually, I'll show a picture I think I have a picture right here. I have a picture. This is the old young Kofi Piesie. I'm holding up a award. I have plenty plaques. I'm telling you, I have a lot of plaques. And the plaque is the Master Mason of the Year Award in 2007. I received the Master Mason Award in 2007. I excel very fast in masonry. I mean, very fast. I talk about in the book, you will see where I became over each new member that came through. It was hundreds of new brothers that came through my hand that I actually had to teach. So I had to teach them. I had to make them be able to get suitable proficiencies before they move to the next degree, before they becoming a Master Mason. So I show you how I began to read, I began to research, I began to understand, then I began to convey information where people will share information to these hundreds of brothers who came to my home, who I had to make sure that they met suitable proficiencies before they was able to go to the next degree to actually become a Master Mason. So I became a teacher within a year, and every new member was turned over to me. But just showing a picture, just because I have a lot of pictures in there, so you won't know that I'm just talking. The stuff that I'm talking about, I'm able to verify. This is another picture that I have in the book that shows me with members. Here, I had more members than this. I don't know what year this was, but if you look at my cursor, this brother with the square on top of his head, that's me. I became a master, not a Master Mason, but a worshipful master, meaning that I was over the lodge. So in a very short time, I became the head over a lodge that was very well respected across state to state to state, not locally, but we were known from state to state to state because of the information and the knowledge that we had. We prided on not making members, we prided on making Master Masons. So this is a picture in the book of me actually becoming a worship master and having my own lodge and having my own members in the book. Now let's go into, and again, that's just a little bit of insert of chapter 2015, the first chapter. You have to go by the book in order to get the rest of the information from that chapter. But chapter 2012, which will be chapter 12, which is called The Awakening. Now, this is the awakening stage where Labarus Nelson dies. Labarus Nelson dies and Kofi Piesie is born. Again, Labarus Nelson and B-Nut, which I seen somebody put B-Nut in there. I don't know if that was Sutekh or Sutekh, right? Probably Sutekh, right?
That was me.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So B-Nut was my street name. Labarus Nelson Brother Labarus Nelson was my Masonic name. So B-Nut and Kofi Piesie died in 2000. No, B-Nut and Labarus Nelson died in 2012. So Kofi Piesie can be born. So this is my awakening stage. Here, somebody got something?
Hey, can you mute my mic, Kofi?
I'm sharing my screen. I can't mute it. Okay. So insert of chapter 2012, The Awakening. This is the awakening stage. 2020, I was in a private Masonic group. And I'm finna share something with y'all in this chapter right here. This is an insert. It's not the whole chapter. Again, I just got to keep reiterating. And for those that just come on, if you see the lowercase I, that only means I did this all on purpose. And at the end of the book, you will understand why I use the lowercase I. So it's not a grammatical error when you see the lowercase i's in my chapter. But I'm finna share something right here in this small insert. And you can laugh if you want to laugh, because this started my awakening stages right here. In 2012, I was in a private Masonic group on Facebook, and it was called the Masonic Vault. This group was a very interesting group. We asked questions for research purpose while sharing information to help others. It also served as a useful way of meeting brothers of the crafts of different states, excuse me. One day, I hopped on the group page and seen an exchange between two brothers, and one of the brothers was just going in. I honestly thought the conversation was interesting, so I interjected some information in the dialogue. This led me and that brother I said was going into a back and forward. Back and forward conversation. This exchange of information was centered around the biblical character Moses. Now, watch this, y'all. I know y'all can laugh. Y'all go ahead and laugh at me too. However, it contained elements of Egyptian history. I began to tell the brother what he was saying was wrong. Listen, y'all. And I was embracing as it sounds today to say in the present, at this time in my life, I was determined to prove that it was Moses who built the irrigation system in ancient Egypt. Not only that, but I also believe and taught that it was Moses who brought all the profound and beauty knowledge to the minds of the people in ancient Egypt. And yeah, I know I was tripping. And yeah, I was the one that was wrong. So y'all go ahead and laugh. So, you know, and again, from this exchange, just as a small insert for y'all, for more information, y'all have to get the book and read the book. But I'll just say here that this exchange with this brother on this Masonic vault, it changed my whole life. It changed my whole perspective. Me in 2005 up to 2012, I became a traveling Mason. I began to travel from state to state. I got my own lodge. I became a 32nd degree. You know, I wanted more than 3 degrees. I talk about that in the book. I even talk about getting invited to get 90 more degrees, which you have to be invited to. So, and I talk about how the upper echelons will actually handpick these individuals. But that's in this chapter as well. But this exchange from this brother actually changed my whole life. I didn't put his name in the book because me and his brother don't talk anymore. I don't have anything against the brother, but I don't thank the brother on numerous occasions for the exchange. But I even talk about from the exchange what happened when we get on the phone and how he directed me in another direction on the phone. But I'm not going to talk about it on here. You have to get the book to get the rest of the information on what this brother actually gave me. But here is the information that I was using against this brother. Well, I was saying Moses created the irrigation system in ancient Egypt, and Moses was the one who brought the profound knowledge to ancient Egypt. And again, I know I was wrong, and this is what I had been teaching also, being the head of my lodge at this particular time, because I was using all Masonic sources. I have a whole library, tons of Masonic books, and this information where I was coming from at this particular time, this picture is also in the book. This is the history of Freemasonry, Part 1. Albert G. Mackey and William R. Singleton. Albert G. Mackey is what we considered a top scholar in the Masonic world. So these are the books that I read and the information that I was using according to Albert G. Mackey and William R. Singleton, which I was dead wrong. They was wrong, you see. So this is the information that I was using from those books. Now insert chapter 2015 Sesh. This will be chapter 3. Now in this part here, it's chapter 2015 Sesh. Sesh is because I became a member of the Seshew Netcher group in 2015. But I set the record straight in this book. I'm not kind of causing the confusion, but I set the record straight in this book because there have been many people saying things and a person hasn't even went back and even said, no, this is how the group actually got started. So I talk about how the Seshew Netcher got started. So this is chapter 2015 when I started getting interested in learning the Seshew Netcher, which y'all would call the hieroglyphs. And I talk about how I got into the class and how I actually met Wujao before I even got into class and didn't even know the book that I had already read of his. I didn't even know it was him that I had seen prior to that until I actually joined the class in 2015, which I graduated from his class in 2015. 2015, I started reading Riketi Amon's book, The Majak Conversation Book of English to the Medew Netcher. So I got this book first by our Herit, which means great elder, Riketi Amon. So she has 2 books out. I bought both of the books, but these are just conversations, and it's about if you want to use it in the everyday terms that we use. I want to go get something to eat, how to say hello, all these different things. But it wasn't actually showing you how to the steps, the 4 steps on how to translate and how to transliterate the glyphs. So this book was good, but I wanted to learn how to transliterate, and this book was not that book. It just only teach you how to say some of the different phrases. I also began reading Wujao Iri Ma'at's book, The Beginner's Introduction to the Medew Netcher. As I was reading Wujao's book, I didn't understand some of the things in his book, like the Gardner Code, honorific transpositions, and manual decodage. A couple of months later, I discovered he had an online class on the Medew Netcher, which is a complete course, and his book was the actual textbook for his online class. I reached out and got in the class, but the class had already begun. So I had to play catch up and listen to a few pre-recording classes. The class was great, and we all built a good relationship. And I have a brother on the platform, brother Sutekh Mary Amen, is also a member of the Seshew Medew Netcher, and brother Sutekh Mary Amen is also was my classmate. Am I correct, brother Sutekh? We took the class. Okay, we took it in 2015, and we were classmates, right?
Yep. You was in the back of the class throwing paper and spitballs and shit.
Yeah. And even when you read more of this chapter, when you get the book, Sutekh can actually verify a lot of those things. And I'm saying Sutekh because Shawn, who is also a member of Mossi Warrior Clan and a member
got kicked out.
Yeah, Shawn wasn't in the group at this time. He wasn't in the group at this time, so he can't verify some of the things that I'm talking about in 2015 because Shawn came later on, which I talk about in the book as well. I talk about how Shawn and Jehudi became members of the Seshew Medew Netcher later on in the book. But let's go on. It says, I reached out and got into class, but the class had already begun. So I had to play catch up and listen to a few pre-recorded classes. The classes was great, and we all built a good relationship with one another. We all talk outside of class. Is this correct? That we all talk outside our class? That we build outside of class a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So he's verifying it. So you have someone to actually verify it. We all share what we learned amongst each other, helping each other where one of us may have been struggling at. So you seeing right there, even as students, we was even demonstrating as I learned, we all learned because we helped each other out. You know what I'm saying? We definitely helped each other out. And a lot of them helped more out than the others. I would say that Sutekh I'm gonna say Sutekh and brother June Money, they was the biggest influence on me that made me actually go harder to make sure that I was doing what I supposed to be doing far as in the class. So those 2 brothers, man, I greatly appreciate it. But we all helped each other. Like I said, more helped out more than others. But you also see right there as students, we was demonstrating again, as I learned, we all learned. So we shared what we learned amongst each other, helping each other where one of us may have been struggling at. A lot of, as I learned, we all learned was going on in the class and outside of the class alongside of it. We all passed the 12 weeks course together, and not one of us wanted the course to end. Was this correct? We all passed, and after we passed, we was like, man, we did not want the class to end, correct?
Yep.
Okay, so, and I'll just give this information now, but people have to go back and read the book. But dealing with the class, I talk about in here how the Seshew Medew Netcher joined. What was the name of the group before it became the Seshew Medew Netcher, brother Sutekh Miriam?
Say what now, Kofi? My bad, I was texting.
What was the name of the group before it was the Seshew Medew Netcher?
Oh, Warriors of Ma'at.
It was the Warriors of Ma'at. It was called the Warriors of Ma'at. For those that may not know, The Warriors of who started the group?
Well, it was a collective between the you mean who started the Warriors of Ma'at group or
who started the group in general that we call the Seshew Netcher?
Yeah, it was the students. Yeah,
it was the students. It was the students who started the group, the Warriors of Ma'at, which became the Seshew Netcher. I'm not going to talk no more into that. You have to go and get the book and read the chapter and see what happened. But I talk about the students actually started the group. The students started the group. The students started the group. We was the Warriors of Ma'at, and then I talk about how we became the Seshew Netcher. And a lot of people may not remember. Christopher knows. I talk about who was the original members of that group, because the original that's something too that the original members. We have original members, and then we have a member that got kicked out the group, and then we have three members that was added later on down the line. And again, the students started the group. The students started the group. One member got kicked out, and 3 members was added to the group, which they don't talk about. Nobody set the record straight about the students starting the group. So, but that's more of that information is in chapter 2015 session. So I go in depth in that chapter. So the only way you can get it if you get the book. All right. And here is the true lawyers, and that's true lawyer scribes of divine words. This is the Seshew Netcher. And these are all the members. It's no particular order, but you have Brother Damon the Evelys. You have Wujal Iri Ma'at, who was the teacher who taught all of us. You have Antoine Davis, goes by Hush Your Mouth. You have Christopher, what's Chris' last name, man?
What?
Right here.
You just said it, no.
Okay, so what was the other brother name then? Christopher what? It's in the book. I can't think of the other Christopher. Well, we had another Christopher in the group too. This is Emicat in the middle. This is Brother June. This is myself. This is Sutekh. This is Shawn. And this is Jehudi. Now, 3, I'm not going to say you got to get the book. 3 members was added to the group. This is not the original. This is not the original group. You had 3 members that was added. I'm not going to say who the 3 members was added. But go get the book and read that chapter. These are some of the publications that were produced from the book. These are some of the publications that was produced from the group. You have has the Egyptian hieroglyphs been deciphered and rebuttal to Walter Williams. So I was a part of a group that actually put a book out. Which people think that Kofi Piesie research team, The Spirits of the Mossi, was the first publication. No, it was not. I've been in 2 publications before we even get to 2. And then you have Emicat, simply Seshew Netcher penmanship, a lesson in Egyptian writing. So each group that I have been in has put out publications. Again, each group, I am a member of Mossi Warrior Clan. I am a member of the Seshew Netcher, and I am a member of the Kofi Piesie research team. And each group is producers, meaning we produce works. We put out publications. So these are the 2. You can get both of these on Amazon.com. Now let's go to chapter 2017. Can somebody mute their mic? It's echoing.
It might be me. Mute it for me, Sutekh. I can't mute my mic.
All right. Chapter 2017, the conception. This is another insert. In 2017, Herit Shawn P. Khalfani started doing presentations on Facebook every week, which inspired me to start doing the same thing. So in September of 2017, I started going live on Facebook, reading one of the books that I may have currently been reading, breaking down the information to the listening audience. Later, I did my first official presentation I had called the famous monuments master builders. Now, what I mean by this was Tuck. I had already did this presentation because as a member of the Seshew Netcher, Wuja wanted each member to do a presentation on the platform, which we never got around to doing. But this was one of the presentations that I sat on waiting to do. So I did it on my Facebook Live. So if it wasn't for Shawn actually going live on Facebook, I probably would even, there probably wouldn't even be a Kofi Piesie TV. I probably wouldn't even be still Kofi Piesie. You know, there probably wouldn't even be maybe Spirits of the Mind. Maybe so, I don't know. But Shawn actually inspired me to start going live. So again, I started just reading information from these books and then explaining the information from these chapters. Then I finally did an official presentation called The Famous Monuments of Master Builders. After the presentation, I immediately started to work on 3 PowerPoint presentations called The Introductions of Beautiful. So I did a part 1, a part 2, and a part 3. They are on my Facebook. No, they're on my Facebook and my and our YouTube channel, Kofi Piesie TV. This is early now. This is early Kofi Piesie, 2017. At this time, I was heavily studying Yoruba books that dealt with their traditional way of life. They call it Ifa or Seshew. I was consistent, and I managed to present information once, sometimes twice a week on Facebook. Around December the 27th, I started Kofi Piesie TV on YouTube by downloading some of my presentations I had did on Facebook onto my YouTube channel. Once I eventually figured out how to go live from Facebook, learning via my team's aid from the Seshew, from that point forward, it's supposed to have been from not from Facebook, but from my YouTube channel, because I didn't know how to actually go live until actually someone showed me how to do that. But from that point forward, every Sunday, sometimes on Mondays, I will go live and do a presentation. My first time going live from my YouTube channel, Herit, Shawn, Khalfani, Sutekh, Mary Amin, Asar M. Ka was on the panel with me, and we all discussed that what books we thought needed to be in the Black household and community. So Sutekh, was this true? Was the first official show that we did. It was me, you, and Asar M. Ka talking about what books that we thought needed to be in the Black community.
Yeah, man, that was a good show. And you know what's crazy? I was so happy you did that show, man, because it was time for something different. You feel me? Like it was just you. I remember when you started, you were like, man, I'm gonna get ready to start me a YouTube. I'm getting ready to start doing presentations, this and that. And then it was just like out of nowhere, you was like, I'm getting ready to do this show, y'all. I'm like, hell yeah, I want to be on there. Because if you remember, I used to want to do presentations on Kofi Piesie TV in the very, very beginning. Mm-hmm. I used to be like, yeah, Kofi, I think I'm about to do this transliteration over here on your trying to build your platform up. Like, yeah, man, I'm glad you started it, man. I didn't know it was gonna turn into all this though. But.
Yep, me neither. And you see right there, man, Sutekh, you see Shawn, even I'll say Asar M. Ka. I'm gonna say Asar. Even with that, they came back and they've been with me, been rocking with me ever since. We've been cool, me, Asar, and Sutekh, because we build outside of the classes. I met Asar through Sutekh, and Asar introduced. I mean, not Asar, Sutekh. Correct me if I'm wrong. You actually introduced Asar to the whole Seshew Netcher when we were just students, when we was building outside of the class, correct?
Yeah, man. See, me and Asar, we go back, man. So I knew Asar before. I kind of knew Asar before I even was taking the class, because like I used to be in the Google Hangouts all the time, like all the time. So like, you know, we would be beating up on Hebrews all the time, like. So yeah, I knew Asar from that, and I would be like, man, this cat, he know just as much as I do, and he not even in the class. Like I'm like, so we got real cool, man, and I ain't buying that. Stop. So we got real cool, man, and you know, I was just like, man, y'all need to meet this cat, man. He know just as much as we do on this chemist stuff. Cause I'm trying to like get all the people together. That way we can build on it, man. So yeah, shout out to Brother Asar, man.
Yeah, shout out to Brother Asar. He also, like I said, he did the forward
No
for this book. So peace to Brother Asar MK. And he's been there since the beginning as well, man. And they've been rocking with me ever since. Now, Kofi Piesie TV, again, I started Kofi Piesie TV in December of 2017. Okay. And the channel is the channel that takes the mind, it takes the supposed to be the channel that takes the black man, the black man, the black woman, and black children. Look at that, I'd have messed that all up. But it's supposed to be the channel that takes the black man, the black woman, the black child, Eurocentric mind, and Africanize it. I just didn't put it on there right. But yeah, that's it right there, that channel. All right, chapter 2018, the invitation. Now, chapter 2000, the invitation, I call it the invitation because I got invited. My work ethic got me invited to another group, my work ethic. So in 2018, I became a member of the Mossi Warrior Clan. And when I got the invitation to join, I was so excited and so happy that my hard work paid off and that the Mossi wanted me to be a part of their group. My brother, Herit Shawn Khalfani, got invited to join a month or so before me. So Brother Shawn, going back, you had to go back and read the book in 2000, chapter 2017. What was the name? Chapter 2017, the conception. And the conception, just talking about that was the conception of Kofi Piesie TV. Kofi Piesie TV was birthed in 2007. The invitation here is me being invited to the Mossi Warrior Clan in 2018 because of my work ethic. But when you go back and read the chapter in the book in 2017, the conception, you will see about the work that we put in 2017 on Facebook and on YouTube, which got the attention of Brother Benjamin Njie, who y'all know as Black Panther, who extended an invitation to Brother Shawn, and then maybe a month or a month and a half later, they extended an invitation to me to join the group because they was looking for more young researchers. And so my brother Herit Khalfani got invited to join a month or so before me. And when he announced he was a new member of the Mossi Warrior Clan, there was no hate. And I was happy, man. I was, for real. I was very happy for my brother. I looked up to Benjamin Njie, the co-founder of Mossi Warrior Clan, and I saw his growth. I remember being introduced to him at the science conference when he spoke after the conference was over, and I was like, who is this guy? I later saw him on Black News 404 in Atlanta. Now, this was something that Black News 404 was something that Divine Prospect was trying to do in Atlanta. This was an extension off of Sarnetta's Black News. I don't know what it is because I don't watch it anymore. So it's been a couple of years since I watched Sarnetta. So it's Black. What is this? Is Black News what?
Black News 102.
Black News 102. So this was an extension off of Black News 102, which it didn't ever take off. But the first episode was of Benjamin Njie. So where he did his first presentation on the so-called conscious community called Black Panther Presents West African Spirituality. And you all can go back. It's still on YouTube. Just type in YouTube Black Panther Presents West African Spirituality, a look into Ifa Luau. And this presentation actually changed my life too. It actually changed my life and took it to, I would say, a next level when looking into West Africa, because I was Kemet crazy. I was still Kemet crazy because I come out of the Seshew Netcher group, and I was definitely in love with the Remich or the Kemetu, the people that y'all call the Egyptians. I was in love with their culture. I was fascinated with how they was able to erect these great edifices, you know what I'm saying? How they was able to be the longest reigning empire ever, still the longest reigning empire ever. So I was still Kemet crazy. But from this presentation, it kind of eased me from being Kemet crazy and started being West African crazy. So I was very impressed, and I wrote down every book he said, I wrote down every book he used for his presentation. So every book that he has, I should have took him up. Every book that he used for his presentation, I bought every book. And from that presentation and those references from the book, I bought the books, I read them, they changed my life. I started moving more and more away from Kemet and more into West Africa and studying, dedicating my studies more to African culture, West African culture and traditions. But from that, I evolved, and I just only not went from West Africa. I went to East Africa. I went to South Africa. I went to Central Africa and started dedicating my studies around the culture, the traditions there. And I talk about a whole lot of stuff about the Mossi warrior clan, how the Mossi warrior clan got started, and it's some more stuff, man. So you just have to get it. Again, these are just small inserts. And again, this is chapter 2018, the invitation. Again, 2018, I became Mossi warrior Akarini Kofi Piesie, which means I became brother Kofi Piesie of the Mossi warrior clan. That's myself inside the old Mossi warrior clan logo, where they had another face with the painting on there, a mask. I just implemented somebody from Shawn knew who did that for us. This is the new logo for the Mossi warrior clan. So this is the logo that you will see for now out on the Mossi warrior clan. This was also created by Jehudi Ma'at, who is also a member of the Seshew Netcher, and who is a member of NBK, who also did the artwork for my children's book, Kalawa's Trip to the Motherland and African Education and Music and Instruments, and Shawn's children's book, One Night Before Bed. So shout out to brother Jehudi Ma'at. He's a dope artist. This is chapter 2019, another small insert. It is called Affiliate and Family Members. And I'm talking on here, and I explain the title to Affiliated and Family Members. 2019, T'Challa, Vasa Nicolo Gullah, Herit, Shawn, Khalfani, Sutekh and Ra Mary Armin. These brothers became my family. In each presentation or discussion, your name is not in here for a reason, Sutekh. So you don't see your name. Your name is not in here for a reason, but you're definitely in this chapter. And I explain in this chapter, and I'll say this to everybody else, I explain in the chapter, which everybody knows, Sutekh and Ra and Herit, Shawn, Khalfani is my team members. We are all team members from the group Seshew Netcher. And when I broke off and started the Kofi Piesie research team, they've been there from the conception. They've been there from birth. And then, like Sutekh and Ra was saying, he wanted to come over, and then we finally got, and I talk about that in the book. It's in the book. And I talk about his very first presentation, in the book. Everybody's presentations, I talk about everybody's that I call affiliates and family, their contribution to Kofi Piesie TV. So it's our channel. It's our channel. It's no longer my channel because they have contributed a lot, and then we became a family. We are all family. And this is not and I'll say this before I go on, we are not a social media group. Again, we are not a social media group. We talk. Everybody in here can vouch for it, and they can say, they can call me out if I'm lying. We are not a social media group, and we talk all the time outside of going live. Am I correct, y'all, or I'm lying? I mean, if I'm lying, y'all let me know. I'm lying. I guess I'm okay. I was finna say I thought they were finna hang. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah. So we talk daily. So we are truly brothers. We are truly family. So we talk all the time. So again, Kofi Piesie research team is not a social media group where we hang out on Sundays, where we go live on Sundays, or we go live on Saturdays, or we go live whenever we choose to go live now, because we don't designate going live to just on Sundays anymore, but we do it designated on Sundays, but we do it whenever we feel like it. But again, anyway, 2019, T'Challa, Bungara, Vasa, Nicolo Gullah, Herit, Shawn, Khalfani, Sutekh, Mary Armin. These brothers became my family. And each presentation or discussion they were on, I always put in the description, Kofi Piesie TV, affiliates, and family members. You can go back to and verify that in 2019 or even in late 2018. And you will see that if T'Challa went live and did a presentation, Sutekh went live, if Vasa went live and did something, always in the description, I always put, because I wanted people to know that these are my family, affiliate and family members of, they were no longer guests. They ain't guests. This is their channel. They are family. They're not guests. So I will always put that in the description. So family, each presentation discussed they were on, I always put in the description Kofi Piesie TV, affiliate and family members, which they were, which that's what they are. They are family members, not guests on the platform. I think late 2018 or early 2019, I began to follow a chapter in Unc West's book of life when he states, you should be sure that you surround yourself around people that are smarter than you and build a great intellectual team. And that's what I did. That's exactly what I did. I feel like everybody else on the Kofi Piesie research team is smarter than me. And I wanted to surround myself around people that was smarter than me, people that can influence me. And when you read this book, you're going to see, like you really going to see when you read this book that the people that surrounded me, how they had an effect on my life for the better. So you will see through, like I said in the beginning, with the conception with a Sutekh Mariaman, with a Herit, Shawn, Khalfani, or an Asar Imkar with the conception. These brothers was here, and you can see how they was able to influence me and motivate me. I told you I wouldn't be doing presentations on what's the name if it wasn't for Shawn, you know. So you know, and I wouldn't have been as sufficient or even past my 2015 class if it wasn't for Sutekh or even June Money. So you can see how these brothers had an effect on my life for the better. So always surround yourself around people that can motivate, inspire you, and make you go harder and make you do better. You know what I'm saying? People that can bring out the best in you when you think you think you less than everybody else, man. So you know, so and that's definitely something y'all will be able to get out of the book too. But I think in late 2000, okay, and then just right here when I'm talking about I got that formula from always said he does not want to be the smartest person in the room. He want to surround himself around smart people so he's able to learn. And we got people in this conscious community that knows everything and you can't teach them nothing. They are a danger. So I advise you to run fast. Run fast. So much respect to Brother Unc, man, because I took a page out of his book, man, and applied it, man. So, and that's another reason why this book is dedicated to Unc West. As time went on, we continued to do presentations and more open discussions, which would always turn out to be great shows. During these shows, I started noticing this brother in the chat all the time. Who was this brother I started noticing in the chat? Who was this brother? I started noticing a brother in the chat all the time. Whether I was live streaming from the Mossi Warrior Clan or Kofi Piesie TV, he should always be in the, he was always in the chat sharing information on the show topic and sharing all our shows on both channels week after week on his personal Facebook page and his multiple Facebook groups. Who y'all think this brother was? We had first, it was before, this is before Kofi Piesie TV. But we was all a family. You can say Kofi Piesie TV, Family and Affiliates was a group, you know what I'm saying? But we transitioned and made it official. And I talk about that in the group. But at first, in late 2018 to mid 2019, who was this brother that I'm talking about that I noticed that was in the chat? At first, you only had the T'Challa, Vasa, Herit, Shawn, Khalfani, and Sutekh. So Who y'all think this brother was? I was observing, man. This brother was breaking information down on the topic we were doing. This brother was, you know what I'm saying, sharing our shows with whether we was on Kofi Piesie TV or Mossi Warrior Clan, sharing them on our page, you know what I'm saying? He was just doing it all, and we didn't even ask this brother to do this, man. But I'm talking about, you know, if nobody know who I'm talking about Sutekh, Akande, Iyanu, Oluwa. So here is the affiliate family members in 2019. So here you have Sutekh, Akande, Iyanu. You have my cursor went out. So, hold on. Here you have Sutekh, Akande, Iyanu, Oluwa. You have Vasa Nicolo Gullah. You have Herit Shawn Khalfani. You have Sutekh Mary Ahmed, and you have T'Challa Bangara. This, which became the Kofi Piesie research team. This became the Kofi Piesie research team, plus myself. So it was 6 members. We transitioned from the affiliates and family members, and then and I'll talk about that in another chapter where we become Kofi Piesie research team. Kofi Piesie research team. This is the official logo. This is the official shield for Kofi Piesie research team. Jehudi didn't do this logo for us. Annie did this logo for a Nigerian woman who we met on Fever. This is a website that deals with a whole lot of stuff. If you want to get your book edited, if you want how to all kind of stuff, man. It's all kind of stuff. But she does artwork. She does graphics. If you want graphics, so she did graphics too. So the same lady that edits all of our books from Nigeria. This lady's from she's a Nigerian. I think she stays in Europe, so not England. I think she stays in England now, but she's from Nigeria. She's a Nigerian woman. So she edited all of our books. She's edited from Spears of the Mossi. She from Spears to Pen. She did One Night Before Bed, Kalawa Trip to the Motherland. From Cocaine to Consciousness, and As I Learned, We All Learn. And she did the upcoming book, which will be released very, very soon. Spiritual Combat, Volume 3 of the Kofi Piesie research team. So be looking out. Be looking out. I mean, it's right around the corner. Another book release. I know y'all tired of releasing books, but I'm sorry. But she's edited that book as well. So chapter 2020 is called Teamwork. Work. So now I talk about in this chapter officially becoming a group, Kofi Piesie research team, and then from us officially becoming a group, the works that has come out that y'all have been seeing that we have been revealing over the last 8 to 9 months. Work after work after work, we've been putting in work. So I call it teamwork. So I talk about the conception of the spirits of the Mossi, which was an idea. Let's just get into chapter. Chapter 2020, Teams Works. 2020 has arrived. We continue to put out presentations with no signs of stopping. And around March, Kofi Piesie TV affiliate and family members became Kofi Piesie research team. Brother T'Challa Bangara threw out the ideal of us doing a book together called The Spirits of the Mossi. Am I lying, Brother T'Challa, or I'm just throwing you in something?
Yeah, I definitely opened my mouth earlier this year.
Yes, sir.
And I saw too much knowledge amongst the brothers, and I opened my mouth because a closed mouth don't get fed.
Yes, sir. And did we T'Challa, you know, some or just throw an ideal out there? We'll talk about, man, that's dope, that's good. Did we act on that? Did we act immediately on it? Did we act immediately, or we just said, yeah, that's dope, you know, blase, and then we went on about our business? Or did we act immediately on the ideal that you presented?
Yeah, at that point, our back chat activity must have increased like 300%. It was like we started calling each other, and we always message. I think somebody just put something in there now as we're speaking. So it's a constant flow of communication, an open line of communication. Yeah. That's why it's like a family.
No doubt. And so T'Challa T'Challa threw out the idea of us doing a book together called The Spirits of the Mossi, and we thought it was a good idea. The title of the book was dope. Vasa Nicolo Gullah added a subtitle, The Historical Survey in the Minds of African Warrior Scholars. So the subtitle was an ideal from Brother Vasa, which also was a dope ideal because now it better explains the book because we give you a historical survey from each one of our minds, and we consider ourselves to be African warrior scholars. So am I lying on that, Brother Vasa, or I just throw you up in something?
Well, you kind of beat me first, and you said if I don't tell what you tell me to tell, I'm gonna get beat again. So it's kind of what Kofi said. Yeah, it's kind of that's how it went, y'all. And Kofi kind of stole the glory from answering that question. With I wanted to highlight that warrior spirit within each one of these gentlemen. That constant fight, that constant desire to see victory is within these minds, and I wanted the world to really be able to see the world through their lenses. So that's where that came from.
Yeah, man, the whole idea was just dope. Yeah. Yeah. So we went to work. Looking back, it seems within a month and a half we had our chapters complete. Am I lying? Anybody can answer this. Was we done in a month and a half with that book? We went from T'Challa presenting the ideal, and then we saying it's dope, and then Vasa coming up with the subtitle, which brung the whole thing together, which is the theme from each book that we put out. We use that spirit, and so we use that spirit symbolically. You know what I'm saying? The spirit was created 400,000 years ago, and it was used as a weapon, or it was used for hunting. Then it was used as a weapon to defend ourselves against wild beasts and even defend ourselves against enemy. We use it to defend ourselves against pseudoism. We are combating misinformation, which has been taught for years and years and years. So that's why we have Spirits of the Mossi, a historical survey in the minds of African warrior scholars, Volume 1, which is out now. We have From Spears to Pen. Now you see it again, From Spears to Pens, a historical survey in the minds of African warrior scholars, Volume 2. And we are weeks away, I repeat, we are weeks away from spiritual, not spiritual, but spiritual combat. That's SPEARITUAL combat. Spiritual combat and historical survey in the minds of African warrior scholars, Volume 3. We are weeks away, gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.
Made sure you said that one right, Kofi. You practice all day for this live stream tonight. And one time you ain't messed the name up and you spelled it, y'all. He will spell it be on that one.
I was like, damn, Kofi, say it one more time.
Yeah. So, like I said, we went to work. And looking back, it seems within a month, we had a month and a half, we had our chapters complete. We gave Vasa roughly a week to put all the chapters together, thinking he could also get this work done within 1 week. He was to write an introduction on all the chapters in about a week. The book was put together. I'll be honest, putting this book together was a process, and my nerves was bad because a lot of work goes into putting together a book. And I am not lying. Each book we publish, my nerves be shot. I'm talking about my nerves be bad, y'all.
Volume 3 was a little better.
Yeah.
It still was like you still was pulling it out a little.
Your blood pressure was through the roof.
Yeah, man, I'm telling you, man, my blood pressure be up, man.
No, y'all didn't get them private phone calls. Y'all ain't get them private phone calls that I be getting. Oh, I'm sitting over here cracking up laughing.
Yeah.
Kofi called everybody on Sunday.
But Kofi, did
that's the day of reckoning, boy.
Yeah.
Kofi, you live, so I gotta ask you a question. Did your baby brother deliver what he said? Don't worry, it's gonna work.
Yeah. Top
Did he
of the
deliver?
stretch.
Yes or no?
He delivered. I think that's why my body
Yeah.
messed up
Yes
right
or
now.
no?
You deliver. You deliver. You deliver.
I have to sit T'Challa on you if he didn't.
All right. But yes,
Yeah.
he was gonna have a heart attack, man. That stuff was funny.
Yeah, man.
But the best, like all of it, just all of that all went away on my end. Like the private convos. I don't even want to go all into it. But it all went away morning. Get up. Wake up. Wake up. The books are here. You didn't remember none of that stress no more. At
No,
all.
no, sir. I got up here. This is the newest member for those that might not know. This is Christopher Marshall, and I showed a picture of him earlier. This is the newest member. He also wrote the dedicated forward for this book, As I Learned, We All Learn, and he wrote the forward for my children book because I wanted him to be in 2 publications, just to catch up because he was not a member of Kofi Piesie research team doing the publishing of Kofi, and the publishing of From Spirits to Pens, Volume 1. Not mean from the Spirits of Mossi, Volume 1, or From Spirits to Pens, Volume 2. So I wanted to make sure his name was in at least 2 publications. So his name is now in 2 publications, and which will be in a 3rd publications in a few weeks. Spiritual Combat, a historical survey in the minds of African warrior scholars, Volume 3, which is weeks away. He has 2 chapters. In that book, like I said, I think y'all gonna love those 2 chapters. And each one of us, I love this group because we all got our own lane, and we come at we attack information differently from each other. So I think that what makes us a strong team and make our books and our chapters so powerful. And this newest member, his perspective is totally different. His studies is totally different than our studies. And like I said, his brother was already working. He has a YouTube channel called Omni African Collective. It's on YouTube, so go subscribe. He also have another channel called Chronicles of Nygahtry. It is on YouTube. They go live every week from the Omni African Collective. They have they have a book club where they talk about different books, especially dealing with the revolutionary aspect, revolutionary and politics. That's one of his lanes. So please go subscribe to our brother channel. And we glad to have him a part of the team. All the brothers welcome him with open arms, and I did some of the same things I did with Sutekh, Akande, Iyanu, Oluwa. I actually looked at him, and I talk about it in the book. You got to get the book. So I talk about in the book actually what I did with Sutekh and what I did with him, and then how I approached Chris and how he ended up being a part of the Kofi Piesie research team. So get the book and you will see why. This is the official group. Now you went from 4 members, you went from 5 to 6, and from 6 to 7 members. And we're still, want to welcome in new brothers. But again, you have to be doing something because we move at a fast pace. So we're always writing. And again, this group has become a writing group. So, you got to be able to write. You got to be able to produce. You have to be, you have to be able to be a creator, be able to create. You know what I'm saying? You have to be able to provide content for the channel. You have to be able to mesh with the group. You have to be, doing something or trying to do something or establish something in your own community. So we can, we continue looking out for new members, but we're not going to take just any and everybody. So when we looking, we all looking, but these are the members of Kofi Piesie research team of 2020. Myself, Kofi Piesie, which is let's go back, which is to the left, Herit, Shawn, Khalfani, Sutekh, Mariaman. And I kind of got them in these orders. T'Challa Bangara, Vasa Nicolo Gullah. I even talk about in the book T'Challa, how me and T'Challa met. What was the, what was the first presentation he did, which I got all their presentations some of the presentations that they did by name and even go in details about these different presentations and why I appreciate them coming and contributing. I even talk about how I met Vasa Nicolo Gullah in the chapter, but you have to get the book to get that on how I met Vasa Nicolo Gullah, how I met T'Challa. I already told y'all how I met Herit, Shawn, Khalfani, and Sutekh and Ra Miriamin, you know, and then I related, you know, so now you know how I got in, you know, how I met Sutekh. I met Sutekh on Mossi Warrior Clan and Kofi Piesie TV. I met Chris, which you have to get the book, you know, and I talk about how I met Chris and then how I started looking at Chris from June. I looked at Chris for like 3.5 months, but just, you know, but get the book and you will see what I'm talking about. And that's and then no. Team works. This is what we produce. This is what we produce. 2020, we officially started the group in March. We became officially Kofi Piesie research team in March of 2020 of this year. And I said I named the team works because we went to work right away. We didn't play around. Girl, it's crazy. We didn't play around. We went right to work. We didn't just talk about something and just say it was a good idea, blase. We are creators over here. We are producers over here. So we went to work. So we created this in the last 8 to 9 months. Teams work. Kofi Piesie research team. We have again here Spirits of the Mossi, a historical survey of the minds of African warrior scholars, Volume 1 by Kofi Piesie research team, presented by the Mossi Warrior Clan, which is up under the Mossi Warrior Clan and Kofi Piesie research team imprint. The Mossi Warrior Clan presents From Spirits to Pen, a historical survey in the minds of African warrior scholars 2 by Kofi Piesie research team. You have One Night Before Bed by Herit, Shawn, Khalfani, who was a member of Mossi Warrior Clan and Kofi Piesie research team, which is up under Mossi Warrior Clan and the Kofi Piesie research team imprint. Kalawa's Trip to the Motherland, an African education and music and instrument, My Children book, which is up on the Kofi Piesie research team and Mossi Warrior Clan imprint. You have Mossi Warrior Clan presents From Cocaine to Consciousness, which is by Herit, Shawn, Khalfani, who is a member of the Mossi Warrior Clan, and Kofi Piesie research team, which is published up on the Mossi Warrior Clan and Kofi Piesie research team imprint. Somebody, hey, mute Sutekh and Ra Mike, Sutekh. As I learn, we all learn. Which is we talking about now, just going through some of the inserts of the chapter, sharing with others, deepen your own knowledge, by Kofi Piesie, which is also up under Mossi Warrior Clan and Kofi Piesie research team imprint. So this is what the team has been doing since March of 2020. This is what I mean by team works. So we have been putting in some work. We have a crazy work ethic. I think that you know, I don't know the magnitude of what the team, you know, the team might not know the magnitude of what we have been doing since 2020. I keep sharing with them, man, that we are really doing some things. 2 of our books are in Africa. 2 of our books is in West Africa. We have 4 books that is in the Blue Dot, what is it? Blue Dot Cultural Center. That's Unc's book. Oh, right. I don't know why I keep saying blue, but Black Dot Cultural Center. It's in Georgia. Unc West Bookstore. 4 our publications are in there. The other 2 will be in there soon. We also have our publications in which will be in Texas. The African Consciousness online bookstore. In the next few weeks, next week. And it's on our own website, and it's on our and it's on Amazon.com. I mean, we have really been putting in some work, and you know, in a few years, people will be writing about us. People will be writing about Kofi Piesie research team. I'm guaranteed. A team came out of nowhere and started producing works in me. Came out of nowhere and dropped the book out of nowhere. And then started dropping book after book after book after book. And then we created a show, author's perspective, to actually, because we want people to actually know how to produce and create a book and start creating their own. So, man, we are doing it. And from that in 2020, again, our books are in the Gaya Journal Skills Academy. This academy courses has hairdressing and beauty cosmetology, tailoring and garment constructions, catering, home management, energy efficient skills, information technology, massage and therapy, beauty, nutrition, the English. So it's in 3 schools in Gambia. So it is all 3 of the Gay and Journal Skills Academy and the Rights Library, which is named after LaDosha Wright, who actually got all of this started for us with the connection of Gambia with Fatu Gay, who is the founder of the Gay and Journal Skills Academy. And the 2 people that's also in the book are also the principal is Omar, not Omar, but Alu Sambu, who wrote the prologue in this book. He is from Gambia. He is the principal at those schools in Gambia. Omar Champion is also from Gambia, and he was one of the main coordinators when they was doing the writing essay. He was preparing the students to write and preparing them for the writing essay. So shout out to all of those down there in West Africa. They have become our Mboka. And I'll talk about the Mboka in a minute. Mboka means family. Chapter 2021. This is the last chapter, modern day griots. We are not in 2021, but this is what I would like. So I talk about what I would like to see in 2021, but I also talk about my research methodology. I have a research methodology where I use the KWL, and I'm not going to go into what the KWL is. You can get the book and read the book, and you can see exactly what the KWL method I use for as me researching, for as me reading books, researching, writing information down, saying I think, and this KWL method helps me to memorize a lot of the stuff that I'm actually reading, which is something that has been rolled out some years ago, but I use this method because it's helped with the memorization or me remembering things that I have read. So I talk about my research methodology and talk about, the benefits of the research methodology and my chart. I created a chart. So you will see the chart in the book. So I have a chart in the book that I created from the KWL and what I actually use up until this day when I do presentations on Kofi Piesie TV. It is a method. So I have my own methodology that I created and a chart that I use from that methodology. So it's in 2021. So you can check that out. But I don't have it in here. But I also talk about the phrase each one teach one. But as I learn, we all learn is a very important phrase. It is our duty to share what we learn with others. Back in time when our ancestors were kidnapped and brought to this country, we call the United States of America. The kidnappers made it illegal for our ancestors to read and write. It was illegal for anyone to teach them how to read and write when one of our ancestors who were kidnapped victims learned or was taught to read. I call our ancestors kidnapped victims and not slaves. I don't really like to use the word slave, so I use the word kidnapped victim. When our ancestors were kidnapped victims learned or was taught to read, it became his or her duty to teach someone else, spawning the exhortation of each one teach one. This helped recognize the duty owed and the benefits results in the courage taking a risk to display what it's meant by the teacher, or as the hip-hop quote statement goes, follow the leader. Each one teach one. So I talk about also in this chapter about each one teach one, actually where they think that which it was, each one teach one originated during the time of slavery or during the time of the kidnapping trade. And we know it was illegal for to read and write. So it was a duty. It became a duty for someone that was a kidnapped victim to teach other kidnapped victims if he or she learned how to read or write. So they had to teach them what they knew. So they was each one teach one, or as I learned, we all learn. So I make the comparison as the each one teach one is a powerful statement. And as I learn, we all learn. It's just as powerful and mean the same thing. It is our duty. It is our duty to help our people. It is our duty to convey information as long as you convey the information, convey correct information. But you have to have a proper methodology. So I talk about proper methodology in this book, but also Asar Imkar talk about proper methodology in his forward Tep Red. The original author of the phrase "each one teach one" is unknown, but the phrase or proverb originated in the United States by an African ancestors, and many organizations have adopted this expression. I mean, many. And in the same way, it became the duty of our ancestors to share and teach what they have learned. I have been feeling like this ever since I gained a passion for reading. Each chapter has shown that sharing information has become my life. So this is the last chapter, but I also talk about modern day griots because I consider myself a griot, and I want to be able to create modern day griots because griots are also teachers. They are the one that conveys information. They learn and they teach. As I learn, we all learn, or as they learn, they teach their community. So their whole community, their whole clan, their whole ethnic group, they all learn. So my duty is to create more griots. So I talk about the griots, but I also talk about how one had to be born in the family of a griot to be a griot or a griotis, which is the female aspect of the griots. But now in West Africa, you don't have to be born into a griot family to be a griot. So I talk about that in this chapter as well, and the importance of the griots and the many roles of the griots as well. And I talk about some of the things, some of the up and coming projects like Spiritual Comeback Volume 3, which is slated three weeks away, a few weeks away. Sutekh and Ra Mariaman's book, Vasa Nicolo's book, T'Challa Bangara's book. So I talk about what's coming in 2021 or late 2020. Hopefully we can get something else after Volume 3 in November. We can get Vasa's book, and then following out the Vasa, which will be hopefully the top of the year, he says, Sutekh and Ra's book. And then I think T'Challa said his book in February, and then we're going to get Sutekh book. He's promised he's going to do his, but we may have to go to California with some of that good kind pine. That good kind pine. If y'all don't know what good kind pine is, look up what good kind pine, and with a pistol. So we can get that out the way. So, we're going to continue to work, and again, go and support all these works that we got up here. This is the team's work that we have produced. These are 6 publications. In a few weeks, we'll have 7 publications by the end of this month. So be on the lookout for Volume 3. Be on the lookout for Volume 3 here in the next few weeks. Again, you can find all of them on Amazon.com. You can find them on KofiPiesie.tv.com. You can find them at the Black Dot Cultural Center. And next week, you'll be able to find them on African Consciousness online bookstore, or if you in Texas, I said Tyler, Texas, but I think where I son them at was Salado, Texas. I may be pronouncing it wrong. So if you in that area, you may be able to go there and purchase the book from there in the next week or 2. So we appreciate y'all for the support. Again, Mboka, I mentioned Mboka real quick. Mboka means family. We have also not only have our books in West Africa, but we have a scholarship. So we have a Kofi Piesie Research Team scholarship where we are sponsoring a student. So they got a full ride on us. We are sponsoring. We put up the money and create a scholarship for a student. So, and then brother Black Panther Benjamin Njie, who is the co-founder of Mossi Warrior Clan, has the Black Panther scholarship. So now he has a scholarship down there. So we have 2 scholarships in the Gambia area in West Africa where we are funding a student to go to school. You know, so we definitely are working, y'all. We're definitely working. We're not talking. And now we have another partnership. We have a partnership with the books. We have a partnership with the scholarship down there in West Africa. Now we have a partnership with the Mboka brand clothing. The Mboka brand clothing. And we talked about that. We had them all on the show maybe a month and a half ago. Where we had Fatu Sangay, who is the founder of the Gay Journal Skills Academy. We had the principal Alu W. Sambu. We had Medew Sahu, which is also works at the school. We had Omar Champion Chain, who also contributed a poem in the back of the book. He's a master poet down there in West Gambia, a motivational speaker, and he was the organizer behind the writing essay surrounding our volume 1 book. So now we have a brand, we have a clothing line. So it won't be just shirts, we saying clothing. So we have shirts, we have V-necks, we have t-shirts, we have polo shirts, we have bomber jackets, we have wind jackets, we have windsuits, we have joggers, we have socks, we have fitted caps, we have bucket caps, we got snapback caps. I mean, we got hoodies, we got skull caps, we got iPhone cell phone cases, we got Samsung cases, we got posters. Man, we got so much stuff on the store. So the store is coming soon, and soon we'll be sharing y'all to go like the page so y'all can go on there and look at the clothing. But we not only have the Mboka brand clothing that's coming in a few weeks, but we also have Kofi Piesie research team brand clothing as well on there. But we definitely want to try to push the Mboka brand and get the Mboka brand because we have a partnership with the people down in West Africa, our family, which is called the Mboka. So we created a brand called the family brand of the Mboka brand clothing, and we'll be sharing the website very soon and where you can go on there and purchase it. We actually going to be releasing the release date, the drop date for it is the release date of the book. But it's something else coming out, but if I tell you what that is, then y'all will know what exactly the date when we're going to release the book, which we'll probably give y'all the date of when we're going to release the book. And we might have already done said it already. And it's cool if anybody already said it. So we got, and we like 2 or 3 weeks away from volume 3, and we're 2-3 weeks away from the launch of the store. So we have a Shopify online store, and the clothing is already up. The clothing look good. We got the like page, the Instagram page is coming. The Mboka page will be, like I said, we'll be sharing that like page on Facebook, and you can go on there and look at what is actually going to be on the stores. So you can already store when we release it. You already know what you got, what dope stuff you got pushing. So again, it's a clothing. It's not just a t-shirts, it's clothing. We got all kind of stuff on there. I mean, our clothing line. It is definitely a clothing line. So you'll be able to get whatever you need off of that website. Again, it's the Mboka brand, which is coming soon. And again, finna jump off here. I appreciate everybody that tuned in. Again, a peace to everybody that's in the chat. Peace to those that popped in. Peace to those that popped in and then popped out, popped back in. I definitely greatly appreciate that. I appreciate you, Brother Zane. I definitely appreciate Brother Zane. Brother Zane, you're gonna have to Facebook. You're gonna have to send me your message, your address. I definitely want to send you something. I'll be sending you something. So I'm going back to the post office on Monday. So definitely give me your address so I can be able to send you something. Another brother that always supportive of Kofi Piesie research team, Mossi Warrior Clan, and Niger Valley Civilization. Brother is always supporting us, man. So appreciate that, brother. And peace to everybody else in the chat. Appreciate everybody else in the chat. Appreciate everybody that's been rocking with us, man. But again, available now. Please go get As I Learn, We All Learn. Please go get As I Learn, We All Learn. Sharing information with others, deepen your own knowledge. Again, it is available on KofiPiesieTV.com, and it is available on Amazon.com. But and this is just something, and we're gonna reiterate this tomorrow on author's perspective. But you always want to go through the author. Now I know better since I've been producing. So I've been buying books like crazy. So most of the time I try to patronize the author. So I go through the author because I understand the split with Amazon, or it's not even a split with Amazon. And a lot of people that watch author's perspective, they ought to know what the split is when it comes to Amazon.com. But we appreciate Amazon.com because we publish all our books off of KDP Amazon. So you definitely can get in. Amazon is a big market as well, a big brand, big brand right now. It's beating out everybody. Right now, Amazon is beating out everybody. So, man, again, go get the book, man. Go get all the books, man. And that's the end of my presentation, man. And the brothers got anything, man, before I close out the show and the information that I shared? Hold on, let me stop sharing too. Got some comments on some of the stuff I shared, or got some gripes on some of the stuff I shared, or got just something for the people in general. I'm still on here, or y'all and
Yeah, you still on here. I just say keep looking out, man. We're gonna keep hitting y'all in the head with these publications, with these presentations, with the interviews, with everything we do, man. We're gonna keep hitting y'all in the head with it. So just make sure y'all prepared, make sure y'all support. Appreciate everybody that's already shown the love and support that you have, Shawn. And we'll continue to keep giving this information. We ain't going nowhere.
yes, sir. Anybody else? Sutekh, you got something? Hold on, let me see if I can unmute you. Cannot unmute the guest because they choose. Go ahead, I'm trying to unmute.
When can our audience expect? When can the audience expect the release of B. Dot's lost lyrics in book form? I mean, B. Nut. My bad. I'm reading the B. Dot, but B. Nut's lost lyrics. Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I might share some music with him after a while, man. Show who B Nut is. Not the street cat, but the musician B Nut.
We want to see those lyrics on paper, Kofi. We want to see the lyrics on paper.
Nah.
Handwritten.
All right. Yeah. But
good show, Kofi. It's a good book. I got the privilege of reading it in advance, y'all, and it's a real good book. I want to say that before you close out. So if you can support in any form or fashion to get your hands on it, whether it's reading it from a friend or purchasing it yourself, read the book. I guarantee you'll enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a lot of jewels and information there. Go ahead, Sutekh. You had your mic on mute. Can you unmute your mic, Sutekh, please? Sutekh having some technical difficulties over there. Can you unmute it?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, nah, it was a good show, man. Yeah, I liked it. Yeah, my mic, I don't know what's going on. I updated my computer now, so it come out stupid. But yeah, man, I ain't got much.
Okay. Yeah, and shout out to Sarah, man. I be seeing Sarah be in here a lot, man, too, man. Shout out to bro Sarah, man. Sarah Dice Man 1017. 1017. Is you from
Brick Squad?
Brick Squad. Brick Squad. But yeah, man, what about you, T'Challa, before I end the show, man?
No, I just wanted to thank everybody that support us. As always, we really appreciate it, and it's because of you that the word is spreading. So we're gonna continue to show the love right back to y'all.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Again, I want to say Black African Power. I said ETM Hotep in the beginning. Y'all know by now ETM Hotep means come in peace. You know, so now I want to say Shemim Hotep. Shemim Hotep just means to depart in peace. You know, I welcome y'all in peace. Now I'm asking y'all to depart in peace. Also, real quick before I go, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow. Tune in tomorrow. Kofi Piesie research team has a 6-show author's perspective. And it is we have I'm talking about a great author. This woman, another woman. She has 9 books out, y'all. She has 9 publications out. 9. Her name is Mary Olonye. Mary Olonye. Mary Olonye is her name. She has 9 publications out. You can get all her works on Amazon.com. But we'll have other information on there, how you can reach her directly if you want to reach her directly. She also has her own traveling agency. So we're going to talk about the traveling agency. She's been to numerous African countries. She's also a Nigerian American. So she's from Nigeria, but she resides over here in the United States. Again, this sister has 9 publications out. So we'll be talking. She went through a publishing company on some of them, and then she self-published others. We'll be talking about all of her publications tomorrow. We'll be walking through her process, how she create the books, how she come up with the books. And again, author's perspective is also a teaching thing. So we continue to showing y'all the publishing side versus the self-publishing side, the splits between Amazon, because that's where most people are going. So we talking about that. We're showing you how to create the books, we talking about uploading the books. We talking about prologues, introductions for. So we showing y'all how to do this. So we hopefully that we can inspire people in 2021. We can have some of the same people that rock with us be able to, you know what I mean, next year have some of their own publications out, so we can be able to bring them on author's perspective, and not only bring them on, but support them and you know and buy their publications and tell people about their books and so forth. You know, so hopefully we'll be, you know, that show definitely be expired. So we got her, and then we have another one. We have Cliff after her, a brother from Lafayette who has 2 publications out, and he's an art designer, art graphics, web designer, and our marketing guy. So we're gonna be talking about marketing, how to market your book, how to get your books in Barnes and Nobles, all that stuff when we deal with him, which will be the week after that. Cliff, I can't think of Cliff's name. And then we're gonna probably take a break from author's perspective, and then the week after that, hopefully we'll have Baba Imhotep. The brother's supposed to be contacting me tomorrow. We've been missing each other phone calls. Another powerful brother from Baltimore who has a school. He has a school and he has 4 publications out. And I'm gonna try to get all 4 of his publications tomorrow after I have a conversation with him tomorrow to book the interview. And then if y'all know anybody for December, because we got 1 spot in December already. We trying to get at least 2 more slots filled. The last show in December, we will be giving away maybe 4 or 5 books. Sorry, Cobb will be one of the books. His not Nisabiti, but his Illusion Volume 2 book. Man, that's a thick book and an expensive book. So we'll be giving that book away. We'll be giving away maybe 2 of our books. Maybe we'll maybe do from Spears to Pens and maybe some other book. We'll give away Sir Nathan, one of Sir Nathan's book. We'll give away one of Keith's book, and then I'll let one of the other brothers select the book, and we'll give it away. I may have to purchase the book once they select it. So we'll be giving away about 4 books. So that last show in December, for Author's Perspective, y'all don't want to miss that on how y'all can win one of these books that I just named. So be on the lookout again tomorrow, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Mary Olonye, a powerful sister who has 9 books out, and also who is an entrepreneur who has her own business, which is a traveling agency, and been to numerous countries in Africa. So we'll see y'all tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, Black African Power. Thank y'all for tuning in. Appreciate those who stayed the duration of the show. And I also appreciate those that may look at it in the archives. We out of here, man. Peace, 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 peace.